I'm live. It says. No. Noah. It's getting like the boys there. Why is she funny? It's like, okay, Milan. It's like, I hear you. What happened? I'm sorry. What'd you get hurt on, baby? Where? Where? On the chicken? Where? Where did it? Oh, you okay? The chicken hurt you. I'm sorry. Top. Let's put it on 200. 400. That's right. Bottom 0. Yeah. There we go.
Over.
The chicken.
I think if we got go over
The chicken's feet.
chicken's better.
That like.
Yeah,
There we go.
it's thinking what? Oh, you want to have a chicken?
That's no. I don't want your chicken.
I don't want it.
Well, you can put it in a toy chest.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the toy?
It's the toy box is over there.
What?
What was there? I'm here. What did you say? The boys. No, I'm not busy. It's just I need to adjust my volume because they're Mac Miller, he sings. What does he sing? What does he sing though? Well, how'd he die? Oh no, he wasn't 27, was he? Because all the people. Oh my God, it's called the 27 Club. Like, it's this thing where like Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, and other people all died when they were 27. So like, it's weird. Yeah, put it in there. You can put it in there. Thank you. Put that back. Oh my God, Discord notifications. You like get in the way of my Spotify. I'm trying to change my volume. Like,
then I cannot be tanky as much.
hey, I'm the opposite. So funny.
I like going all damage.
I used to not go tank until I realized that, hey, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun just like, you know, people they don't check builds. And they'll be like, oh, Poseidon, I'm going to kill him. And I'm like, spam left. I will close this. And then I'll go here. Perfect.
I got 2 kills. I'm Mulan.
Bye, Mulan. Bye. What? cie𝗵𝗔𝗓. What? I don't understand. What are you saying?
Wow.
What do I want to draw with? Where's my pen? I can draw with a pen and a nib. You trying to do your tongue like mommy?
What?
Hey, 𝗏𝗏, you watching TV? What you watching? Huh? What'd you say? Hold on, Dandy. What's happening with what? Are you watching TV? Huh? Or are you playing with toys? Oh, Simon. Now, Zandy, what did you say? What were you trying to tell mommy? Or 23. The pen sucks. Oh, I shouldn't say. What's that? 50.
My mom is annoyed that I go out a lot because of the coronavirus.
I mean, I understand her concern. Oh my god, look at all the freckles on my hand. I forget that I have freckles like all over my hand. So sometimes it's like, whoa, I do have freckles. Let's see. Today's date is 4/23. 4/23 and 20. Oh my. Don't turn that on. That's too loud, okay? Let's not play with that toy right now because the baby's asleep. God, please turn off. Don't turn it on again because it's too loud, okay? Too loud to play with right now. So you can play with it when the baby wakes up. Properties, configure video, and let's do. Okay. There we go. What are you doing? I'm drawing. What are you doing? Jackson, what are you doing with powder?
Mulan top everything? Oh my god. Oh my god, dress. Hater.
Hello.
I was gonna say something, but you left.
You what?
Nothing, but you left.
Nah, Jackson, all of a sudden he held up a bottle of baby powder, and I was so afraid that, it was a big mess, so I didn't have time to say anything. Now I can finally draw.
Oh no, I was gonna say that some guy is trying to buy my Funko Pop.
No. No, that is a collectible.
No.
That is a
For
collectible.
$100.
No, you will regret it and probably end up buying it again, I feel like. Maybe. You'll miss it. So, like,
I
no.
do, because it's like one of those valuable ones. It's the American Horror Story one.
Yeah, don't.
I made it as a joke. Like, I put it to offer up as $100, and somebody actually wants it.
Nah, like, I wouldn't do it. But it depends. I have sold things before, though, in the past that were, like, electronics especially. I'll be like, I don't need this, and I can get X amount of money for it. So, you know, it's like, I do it. Alright, so. Oh, yeah, I need to switch this camera. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't.
How do you kill with Mulan?
You don't. You have to, as long as you can dodge her 3, you can kill her, but if she frees you, like, if she's any good, you should be dead if you're squishy. Oh yeah, I gotta turn my drawing upside down. Image, rotate canvas. Image, rotate canvas, vertical.
Sell it though.
You want to reset it?
I know I really want to sell it.
Sell it.
But I don't at the same time.
Well,
would you, like, honestly?
No, I wouldn't, cause I have a big, like, sentimental value to things.
Yeah, that's
So,
how I
like,
feel.
all right. Hold on, I will draw 1 second. Whoever is in the stream, let me tell.
I was like, how am I dying so fast? I have no magical defense.
And your Mulan.
Yeah. I have physical defense, but not magical.
Talisman of energy. I'm telling you, especially with her, chase down somebody, sash them, or whatever her 3 is. I don't know if it's a sash or what it's supposed to be, but
Oh, that. I'm like, talisman of energy. What is that?
yeah, my item, dude. You know talisman. All right, let's start with the tongue. I'll draw the tongue like right here, right here. Yeah, I think that's like good. Where is it? Showing portraiture live streaming. Go here. Hello, Fidget. How are you doing? I'm like so distracted right now. OMG. I've been trying to draw. Kids bother me, and then everything else. I didn't even see that you would message me. What'd you say, Bob?
None of your kids bother you.
The kids bother me.
It's okay. They'll be independent soon.
Yeah, right. I didn't mean to do that. Kids are never independent. What?
Mama.
Say hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, how are you?
Jackson. Bob you can't hear him?
I don't know, I just don't know like the voices of the kids yet. Like I don't understand. They all sound the same to me.
Yeah, I get it. It's Jack. Where's home? What'd you say? I don't. No more birthday cake. That was your surprise that you got. Yeah, that was it. Where is my window capture for this? Don't come back here, Jackson. Not right now. Don't come back here. Not right now. Jackson, do not come back around my desk, okay? You need to listen. You can go to the window, but not my desk.
To the window.
To the wall. Jackson, mommy's talking, remember? I understand, but let me draw.
No, get mine.
You guys have taken almost all the pencils and lost them. I do not have any pencils for you. I have to buy some more. No, those are mommy's pencils. Okay, Jackson, I'm turning off the TV because you're not watching it. Well, you need to go watch it because I'm not keeping the TV on if nobody's watching it. Okay? Okay, fit to screen. And now... we chat to be like there we go. Xander, go watch TV. Your mama's gonna turn it off. Yeah, go watch TV. Oh well. Now I need to hurry up and smoke because my anxiety is getting kind of big. Pick green color. No rest for the wicked. No. No rest, man. And plus, like, I'm used to streaming on Twitch and I've been trying to set stuff up. Filters. Cut and pay or crop and add. Now the top needs to be like 500?
Yes, we won.
Of course you won. You carried.
Well, that was pretty cool.
5.
That's my 100 God mastery. Oh my god, I did this.
Congratulations.
I can't believe there's 100 gods now.
Yeah, I can't either.
I'm gonna tell my mom about this offer that this guy wants to buy.
Okay. Alright, turn off the TV. Remember, if you leave the TV, mommy's not gonna let you just go and leave the TV on. Okay? So I'm stopping the TV. Okay, well, if you want to watch it. What am I trying to do? Crop pad. I got the top is 200. Let's do 300. Let's do 350. Let's do. That looks perfect. And right, let's do 50. E-I-E-I-O. Alright, there, I legit am done now. What is this? What is that? Send feedback. Properties. And Periscope. There we go. Now I can't see that, so. I'm so sorry that I am not drawing. No. Fidget! Gosh, Lumi, you gotta stop. You have way too many nicknames. I was like, this person is really nice. Wow. Wow. And then I was like, wait, Fidget. Duh. That's your OG name. Carol was, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna lose my only person because I'm messing with settings. And then I'm like, it's Lumi. I don't have to be as nervous. So I can relax. Okay. Jackson, please don't get loud, okay? I need to change shirts, honestly. Because it just takes out all the green. Alright, so let me open up my windows so I can actually see chat. Oh, my company is worth it alone. Well, see, I didn't even know it was you. So it's like now I'm like more relaxed. Like, alright. I do need to get on a different shirt. So I'll be right back. Or dress. What's my chroma key? Right back. Huh? Masha and the bear. Is it not on? What happened to it? Huh?
Sure.
I don't know what happened, but I'll get it. Huh? Xander, don't throw that. Don't throw it. Okay, I'll get the remote. I'll get the remote. Right.
I'll find her. Oh,
I'll get the remote right here. Hello. Aww. Well, see, Lumi, it's okay if you don't talk. Like, I'm nervous because, like, I don't know why I'm nervous, actually. I'm not usually nervous when I stream. I think it's just because it's YouTube, but you'll get used to it.
Mom.
You need to say, excuse me, if you need me while I'm talking, okay? You need to say, excuse me, mama. You know, don't just talk over me. Yeah.
Hello.
Go tell me. I'm turning off the TV. Well, you need to go watch it. If you're not watching TV, mommy's gonna turn it off. Alright, so Zandy, what you messing with? I am like kids, man. Some days they're angels, other days it's like, oh my god. Is Masha and the bear playing? Jackson? Jackson, is Masha and the bear playing? Okay, good. Now I can draw. What time is it? Legit, it's almost time for me to make their lunch. I want to scream. It's like, oh my god. Alright, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna draw. Like,
Hello. Hello.
Hi.
I have to go wash my hair. Are you gonna leave?
Word. It's almost lunchtime, so I will have to leave. I haven't drawn yet at all.
Yeah, you haven't even started.
But yeah, I will. I want to draw. But I'll talk to you later, Bob.
I'll see you later. I'll probably be out or not. I don't know.
Well, yeah, well, whatever's whatever. It's fine. So if we end up hanging out,
What does this mean? Firm, like a firm price?
it means no negotiation.
Because the guy was like, "What's your firm price for it?"
Yeah,
100.
yeah, like that means that what's the price that he's asking what your price is? Or he's saying his prices are
I just put 100. It says it there.
oh yeah, whatever. Oh, that is fine. I'm trying. Alright, Bob. Talk to you later.
See you later.
Bye bye. What'd you say? Get your what? Yeah. Alexa, play Masha and the Bear. Alright. Let's draw, shall we? Upside down would mean I'd start like up here. And if I drew, let's do it like right here. Like literally, let's start it right here. So that's the start. Bob is doing pretty good, so I'm happy. What am I doing? What can't get out? Okay. So what? I need to put my picture up. Alright. Now let's draw. Oh. I miss listening to my Steven Universe song. I can't listen to copyrighted music on here. But yeah, if you ever feel like you can't hang out, like if you had planned to hang out with me and you can't, like, I'm like the last person that you need to worry about offending me. Don't be afraid to tell me that, hey, I'm not feeling good today. Because, like, I get that. Because I get like that all the time. So, yeah, like, don't feel guilty. I want to make sure you don't feel guilty. Because, like, legit, I get it. Xander, stop. Don't pull that down. No, all the clothes are gonna come down. Jackson, sit down. Don't do that. You can fall. You know that's dangerous. What I'm gonna do is restart my stream and change the latency so it's not like 30 seconds so I can actually talk to you. And anybody else in the stream, let's see. I'll phone. Where is it? In stream? I'll be back. That's a police car. Wee-oo, wee-oo. There we go. Closed captions aren't enabled. Like, I don't know what happened. Reuse settings, create. Word.
Good afternoon.
Yo, how you doing? Today has been, yesterday was super stressful and today is better, but the kids are very, like, testy. They've been testy.
Tested for HIV, tested for autism.
No, not that. Testy. Jeez. I need to open, I'm trying to stream on YouTube and this stuff is not as, like, I don't know, it takes a while. I don't know if it's like I'm not used to it, but it takes forever to get it going. So how do you feel? How do you feel with work? Like, is it just easy to, like, get back into it, or?
Yeah, after the first few days.
An error occurred. Why did an error occur? Like, come on.
You talked me out of buying this.
What?
Hold on, I'm sending it to you.
Uh-oh.
It's a shirt.
Properties. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let's see what you got. Where'd you go to, it? Why is my computer? Do I need to restart? Like, Jesus.
What's happening to it?
It's just sluggish. Why should I talk you out of that? Like, get it. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to say that, but like, get the shit. It's cool. It has fucking chameleons on it.
Chameleon.
Now, window title must match. Okay. There we go. I'm down with the clown, Charlie Brown. Like a clown, not with a clown, dude. Now, I've been trying to draw forever, dude. Like, between setting up the stream.
I was gonna say, but your baby said no.
Yeah, and the babies, like. Jay is good at sensing when I am stressed. And I think it makes him stressed. So, like, he acts out because he's stressed and he doesn't understand how to deal with it. So it's a vicious cycle.
He doesn't know how to
deal with the stress, like my stress. He doesn't know how to handle when I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
So he'll act out because it makes him stressed and he doesn't know how to deal with his stress. So it's just like, guys,
Give me just
stop.
a second.
Okay. Put the jacket on the dirty clothes, okay? That's the jacket. You're right. It's the jacket. Well, you can have the red block. I don't know where it is, but you can have it. The red block. Yes. Where's the main cam? Zandy, is your diaper? You need a new diaper? Filters. You need a new diaper. I'll get you a new diaper. Will you bring me a diaper off the couch? Big video. Focus. Not autofocus. There we go. And zoom in one. No, leave the toy alone, or leave the lid alone. That lid is heavy. Okay. There we go. Contrast. There. Brightness. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Apply. Okay. There we go. Now. Zandy, did you bring mommy a diaper? Good job. Bring mommy the diapers. Excellent. There we go. Yeah, bring mommy diapers. All right, new diaper. All right, so come over here.
I got
Hello.
a cherry pineapple popsicle.
Ew, that sounds really bad. I don't like pineapple. All right, come on, let's put on your diaper. Come on, right here. Come here. Come closer. Come on. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna have to get up. Hold on. All right, let's get your diaper on, okay? Just hold on. Now remember, if you're watching TV, you need to go watch it. Mommy just not gonna leave the TV on. Not anymore. Let's turn off the TV for a little bit. Well, you need to stay in here and watch. Mommy, okay. All right. You watch TV, okay? I'm gonna get it, but remember, when Mommy says okay, what do you say? Okay, Mommy. So when Mommy says okay, what do you? All right, let me get Flippy. Let me get Flippy. The blip mice. The blippery. It. Blippy. And hello.
Hello.
Hi. Wow, that delay is still kind of long. Xander! Xander, come here! We don't hit! Come here, Xander. It's not funny. Come here. Come on. What is that? Why is there two? What?
Oh my god, people are flipping out about the and praising Alex Trebek because of the new episode of Jeopardy last night.
What episode was it? Like,
I'll send you the clip. He owned her.
oh, are feminists joining together to do whatever? Like, are all the women, the radical feminists, against him now since she was a woman, or?
No, people are praising.
Oh, praising. I thought you were.
It's nothing to do with like women.
Okay, I didn't know if they would jump on that. Crop pad.
Basically, she said her favorite type of music was hold on, what did she say? Nerdcore hip hop.
She likes wait, who are we talking about? They like nerdcore?
Hip hop, yeah, nerdcore.
I like nerdcore. Nerdcore, that's sweet.
She was talking about it, and she went on this long thing, and he was just like, "You're basically losers."
Why did he say that?
the way she explained it.
Oh,
And then she
like,
was like, people who can't find romantic partners.
ugh. No wonder people are like against her. She sounds. I don't know. I like to talk to people, and I love to just have like conversation about random crap. But some people are just like, it's about how they approach it and their tone. And it's just like, ew, why you say that? In stream. Okay. New stream. Don't save. Reuse setting. Sorry if I'm like, I can't follow your conversation very well, because for some reason, Jackson and Xander, that you are getting too loud, okay? You need to calm down, okay, Jackson? Okay? Okay, Xander, you too, bud. For some reason it feels like my, medicine's not working for my ADHD, and it feels like the ADHD is super bad. So, like, I'm, like, literally when we were talking, I did not know, I forgot who we were talking about Jeopardy, like, it sucked. I don't know what's up. Like, my brain's broken.
That's when you have to play some Minecraft.
Well, drawing. Like, if I didn't have drawing or couldn't draw, yeah, I'd be playing Minecraft right now, because it's that type of mood. It sucks though. There we go. Put it right here. Oh, that's right. Blippi. Blippi. Are you finished watching Masha and the Bear? Okay, well, I'm getting Blippi right now. Blippi. Blippi.
I'm updating Smite. I'm gonna try to play 𝗘𝗊𝗈𝗔𝗪.
Yes. She is fun. Build her all HP 5 and watch you not die.
Does she still do damage, HP 5?
Alexa, quiet. Her ult does. Her other abilities, her one, yeah, I'd say she does decent. I'm getting it. Mommy has to come in there, so I'm coming. Hold on. What am I doing?
Wait, what does that 𝗖𝗔𝗪𝗔 change mean?
Wait, what? There's a change?
𝗖𝗔𝗪𝗔 can now spawn multiple nays.
Oh my god, no. I'm broken now. Really?
Like in a cooldown mode?
Wait.
I don't know
Yes!
what this means.
In a cooldown mode, what if you like can redeploy it?
Oh yeah, and it doesn't take away the first name.
Yes.
Because like, look, it just says code. ₃₃😗 I guess it's for cooldowns.
Color. Oh, just for the cooldown modes. Is that what you're saying?
Well, maybe not. No, wait, because doesn't his 2 reduce the cooldown on his ₃₃?
I think so.
Oh, then yeah, bitch. We're about to have multiple ₃₃.
I am happy. This is gonna be fun. La, 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 la. Alright, Mama's coming to put on Blippi, okay? Blippi. Blippi. Alright, so I'm going to literally
Turn on Blippi.
Yes, Blippi. Blippi. But I keep on like head. I gotta top. Um. Yeah. All right, I'm getting blippy. Be right back. Blippy, blippy. So much to sing about. After Blippy goes off, we're gonna turn off the TV, okay? Yeah. Either I start. Alright. Okay. Okay. Move it one. Little bit. Mama's gonna fix your lunch, okay? Okay, Jack? Okay. Okay, Xander? Okay. Alright. Word. Hi. Good afternoon. I want the vape. Do I have the vape? I want to dye or bleach my hair. I'm gonna bleach the part that's not dreaded and a few random dreadlocks. I've decided.
What color?
A brighter color because it's so dark. Yeah, I want it to be bright though. I'm not sure yet. Da, 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 da. Alright.
Gaga revealed the track list for the album on the.
For the what?
For
Oh
her new
yeah, you
album
sent me
coming out.
stuff. Oh, already? Like, or no, it's coming out soon, isn't it?
It was supposed to come out April 10th, but you know.
Yeah.
Corona. But yesterday she revealed the track list. She has features, Wanda. She has a song with Ariana Grande.
I don't even know her very well.
She has a new song with Elton John. Ew.
Yeah. I don't know, Elton John.
Elton John is okay. It's just he can be a
Can
little
you feel?
extra.
Yeah, a little much. Yeah.
It's like he would be really good if he just toned it down.
I don't know. I don't like him.
I hate when he tries to do the voice rasp thing, like where he goes in and out, in and out. It's just like, no, stop.
Can you feel love tonight?
But oh my god, she has songs with Skrillex, Boys Noise, Ariana Grande, Madian, all these like she has David Guetta, Zed, all these like EDM music artists.
Oh yeah, cause she's doing. Wait, this one's disco, right?
We thought it was disco, but with all these artists, it's just like, damn.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, that doesn't sound very disco-like. Okay, like, there. Why is it? There we go. I didn't know Ariana Grande until like the concert. Like, I had no idea she was even existed. Hadn't heard the name, so I was like, "Who is this? Why are they talking about, you know, some nobody's concert?" Little did I know. Huh? No, no more Blippi. I can play the music if you want, but no more TV. You've watched enough TV, okay? So do you want some music? Okay, I won't turn it on. Well then, Jackson, if you want something, don't say no. You told mommy that you did not want music. I'm not playing Blippi. We're playing music. Stop jumping up and down and be calm. I'm getting it. Where'd my pen go? Let's see. I'm gonna get Blippi right there.
I'm gonna go get some water and I shall wait for my smite to finish. BRB.
Alright. We're gonna play no copyright kid. No copyright lo-fi EDM chill set yoga. They all play. I'm getting the music. I'm just trying to find which one I want to play, okay? Blippi music? Okay. Blippi. Wow, there goes my music.
Oh, what?
Ryan Echo. Alexa, volume 4. Alexa, volume down. Alright, there we go. I got that playing. Now, Xander, don't do that. Yeah, Xander's closing the door. He can break it. So we're gonna listen to an unknown album.
I get worked out. I don't have a setup.
Alright, we good. Where'd my pen go? Did I not find it?
It's blue. It's not there. It's Blippi. Get Mother Bear.
No, mommy said the TV. We're not watching any more TV right now. Okay, I'll turn it off. You said no. You said no. You said no. No, Jackson, listen. You told mommy no song. Now, if you didn't want it, you say, I don't want the song. Okay, listen. We're not watching TV. But we can listen to music, okay? I know you don't want music, but we're not watching TV. Okay. So you should really listen to the music because we're not watching TV right now, okay? Now, where'd my pen go? Mommy dropped her pen.
Where'd it go?
I don't know.
Blippi, what's the pin?
Well, this is a special pen that I cannot order. So, it's really expensive, and mommy just can't order another one. So I really need to find it. Oh, do you want to listen to Steven Universe? Huh? Hey, I was just asking. You don't have to.
I did.
All right, let's get ready to draw.
So,
No, that's kind of too dark. So I want to start over. Yeah, Mama's doing excellent.
what's that?
Good. Excellent means really good. Mommy is doing excellent. It means good.
What, that's one?
Yeah, good and excellent are kind of the same thing. But excellent means you're really good.
Oh, I
Like,
have to play this?
no bracelet. Now hold it up. What color is it? Show me.
Colors.
Well, hold it up. Show me. You can get it. Show me what bracelet. I can't see. Where is it?
I know.
Is it a rainbow bracelet? That's Mommy's, remember? You can have, Mommy gave you bracelets. Do you not know what you did with it? It's gone. You should look for it. You might find it.
That makes you that.
No, that's Mommy's, remember?
Okay, so,
Your song's playing, right? Yeah, it's playing in there.
what that with it?
Yeah, you can dance. Go have a dance party. Dance party. Alright, so are you dancing?
Dance revolution.
He's having a dance
Why,
party.
you want that, Mom?
Huh? You want me and Mommy to dance?
Get up and dance with him.
I really don't feel like it, or else I would. I know he wants me, but I'm like physically and mentally like, what's
Dance
boo boo?
with you.
Oh, now my mom's calling me. I'm not in. What's what?
Good. Tell her you'll call her back later.
Hello.
Take some mood.
Hello. How you doing? And they're down 9-9. Zandy, lay down. 9-9. Oh, ew. Oh, oh, okay. All right. Yes, I would. Mm.
This is clearly unsettling, but you focus on the petty things, and I'm
Oh no, I need to end the stream. Hold on. Guys, I gotta stop. What's up? Jack, you need something? Jackson, you need something? We don't have any earbuds for you. We have the pairs that go to our computers.
That's not good.
Yeah, like, we have the ones that we are using now. But we don't have any extra that goes to, like,
What?
goes to this. Cause look, let me show you. Give me those let me see the white headphones. These are different. Now what we can do is, let's see. I don't have. Xander, go sit down with the pizza. Now, I'm gonna let the TV stay on for now, but remember, you gotta finish your food before we watch TV. Let's see, how are we gonna do this? Let's put it like, is there something we can plug it into? No,
No.
there's not. See, this cord is very long and dangerous. I don't want to give you this. Yeah, mommy doesn't have earbuds, but where's her headphones? You can play with the headphones on the couch. I think there's headphones on the couch. Alright. Wash. There's not? Well, I don't have any other headphones. Why would I brown? stand up and walk out. A snack? You don't get a snack, you just ate pizza. It's in your belly. Yeah, it's turning into poopies. You're so right. Yeah, your belly's gonna get really full and then it's gonna turn into poop. That's how it works. Alright. Do this. Is it good, Jackson? Well, hello. There's that, but I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. Where is it? On Chrome. Where's that? Look at filter. I don't get it. Oh, it's not collect now. Why? YouTube. Fire. So let's do this. Here we go. Filters. Move it. Like here. Yeah. Make that bigger. Well, hello. 𝐷𝑒𝑒𝐿𝐹𝐺 ℕ𝑗𝐾𝐿𝑀𝑛𝑂𝑝 𝑞𝑟𝑠𝑇𝑢𝑣𝑤. What you doing, Sander? Are you throwing stuff over that gate? Do not throw stuff over the gate. If you're doing that, I hear stuff. Get away from the gate. Back up from the gate. Don't be late. Oh, they've been very good about when they're done. They pick up their plates. Bring me their plate. Excellent job. Color. Cute. Welcome. Right now? Well, Alright. Should I be here and say something. I am testing this out. Xander Jackson, mommy sees you. Be careful. Huh? Alright, we'll leave it like that. It's like all suave. I tried to see if I could get them to. Not yet. They're like this. Yeah. And they're having a blast, so it's whatever. Ooh, my arm is cramping. Ooh, arm. My arm. In the box. Wait, what's my bit rate on? Are you sure the bit rate is that low? Like, ow. What's my audio bit rate? Ow. Jackson. Hey, Jack. Ouch. Ow, my had this horrible cramp. Ah. Come on, guys. Let Daddy rest. He's had a long day. Come on, come on. Come in the playroom. Hey. Yeah. Come in the playroom with Mommy. Hey, yeah. Hey, babe. Ow, why is my hand cramping?
My hand?
Yeah, my hand is cramping. Ow.
Ow. What's that ow with your hand?
Huh?
Is that ow?
Yeah, Mommy's hand hurts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ow. Ooh. Hi.
Hey.
Hey, bud. Can't tell if my hand's cold. I got this sharp pain in it. Ow. What? Xander, what are you eating? What are you eating? You better not be carrying around food. Huh? Give you a what? We gotta wash some, baby. Yeah. Ow. Maybe I've been resting my hand too much. I need to. Rest it like I'm supposed to be doing. Or not rest it. Ow, that hurt. Okay. So let's do what? Bend over. Guys, come here. What I say? Let's come. Just relax. Watch TV. It'll be night time soon, okay? Whoa, 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 whoa. Ow. Ow, ow. Yeah. Hey, Jack, come pick out your toy already, okay? Come look for a really good toy for night. It's not night time yet, but you can go ahead and pick out your toy. Wait. Huh? Is it in your room? If it's in your room, we'll get it before night. Ow! Alright. Yeah, Lord. What'd he say? Is he asking for night now? Because it's not time. It's not even 6. Huh? It's not morning time. What you talking about? Oh. I see. It's morning time. Doc Nam. Why can't I view the doc? Like, with clothes on? Sources in? There we go. Sources and scan. Hey, yo! Let's do. Don't wait. This ride's almost over. Honest. Let's wait. Let's make it last forever. And ever. And ever. Let's make this last forever. And ever. And ever. And ever. And ever. Ever, ever. Zandy, it'll be night time soon. Won't you watch TV until it's time to go night? Hmm? It's night. I'm almost over. Yes, you're watching TV. You are right. Dismiss. YouTube, you get pretty good viewers. Now I know why people stream on it. Oh, it was cutting off my circulation. That's why my hand was hurting. Alright. Whoa. Oh. Oh. Where'd you go? Oh, mama, dread. Don't there. Your channel. Dashboard setting. Channel name. Wanda. Yep. Jackson, don't stomp. You know you're not supposed to jump. Or is that Xander? Xander, come here. Come here. Come here. Why are you jumping? Don't jump. The baby's asleep. Sorry, I thought that was Jackson. It's pretty heavy. It sounded like him. Let's see. My traps. Your channel. Vonda the artist. So like done. Yeah. Add channel art. They just wanna. The crop. Just the crap. Your photos. Huh? Channel art. Open that. Sandy, what you messing with? 2048. What? What is it? I don't understand. Jackson, what are you doing? What's down there? I don't understand. Are you doing your thing where you stick the thing, whatever you see? Alright, yeah, he's not looking at anything. Just the rock. So like you got a what? A pillow. Just be careful not to hit anyone. Huh? Well, it's almost night time. When I get up, it'll be night time. Ooh, please give me. What'd you say, babes? You trying to send Xander to get the blanket in there? Who is that part? I want a zombie. I'm the ghetto blaster. Everybody, I done wrong. Oh, I see it's the light. What song? We can't play music loud because the baby's asleep. We're gonna watch this and go night-night in a little bit. How to create the channel light. Baila, baila, baila. Baila, 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 baila. That's a mommy bird. She's a pretty mommy bird. Alright, Mama's getting up. Guys, time for that. Time for that night-night. Yeah, but I know. You can watch TV until it's time for night-night, and it's time for night-night, so just know that what's wrong? Did you pinch your finger? I'm coming. Did you pinch your finger? You act like you got hurt. Oh my god, I thought he got hurt. Oh, he can't close it. Xander! Xander! Please calm down. Xander, don't cry. Ask for help. Tell Mama and Daddy. Don't cry. Just tell me. Xander. Alright, Xander, enough. It's time for night-night. You need to tell the baby. Stop. 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 Not even upset. Silence. Stop. Oh, Dad. Oh. But I don't want to say out there, Barry. I'm hurt. They're very calm. Got about diapers. Ran out of other ones. Look, that oh, You got your moves? Alright, thanks. I need a tape. Oh, I had wait. Going to celebrate dinner. Birthday, it'd be like great. It's getting easier to cook. I'm finding like how to do it without overloading myself with things. And with like sink bills not stocked up. Like gotta empty the stuff out of the strainer. I meant and it wasn't a trash bag because I think it's crap. And yeah, still there. Leave it. Shut. Yeah, but bleach burn is weird. My fingerprints were raised, and like it dries out your skin extremely bad. So that white might have been like where the moisture was like. I put coconut oil on my fingertips. That's what it said to moisturize it. I couldn't tell because I also put dermaplast on it, which near the same time, which that helped. After that, I was afraid of it, and it was dripping like I was rinsing my hair in the shower, and I was afraid of it getting in my eye really bad. And almost fell, and because I was trying to I was panicking because I was like, it's in my eye. I saw what it did to my fingers. It's like red, white, and blue. It has the way it looks, sounds like. Ooh, I need to break that up. I'm not a hell yeah brother type person. It won't be this bold though, because I gotta rinse it, but in there until like late. But it's still decent. Booty butt cheek, booty butt cheek. Let's do properties, configure video. Close this. Alright, so we got that to deal with now. Default. Alright, see that works. Look at that. Time to draw. Before I texted you about being sleepy, I almost forgot Warren was in the room. Like, I don't know what hit me. I've been tired all day. But laying there, like, I was laying down on the pillow and letting them crawl around me. And then, like, Jackson said something. And then I was like, wait. And then Warren, like, made a noise. I was confused. I was so tired. It was just like, it wasn't a bad day with the boys because they're pretty good, but I still felt tired because still the weird thing left over from yesterday, whatever that was. Wow, my hair looks tie-dye. Ew. What? God, I hate these critters. Are you literally not running from me? I don't know. Alright. Am I really streaming? I'm not really streaming. So I'm gonna stop. isn't it? Isn't it? What are you even saying? What are you even saying? What are you? Hey, Mabby. You going to sleep? Word. What are you even saying? What are you even saying? And when meanwhile Pearl's like, oh, in the background. That's so cool. I'm not streaming, so it's good. Jesus, they didn't teach any of the good stuff in computer class, man. Why didn't they teach that, like, control and click selects things? The little things, you know? Something that you can carry with you, not how to make a spreadsheet. If you don't go into, like, the area. There's so many little things I've picked up. I feel like I've been realizing stuff that I didn't realize before, like I forget what shortcut, and I was like, wow, that's super simple. Why didn't I do this earlier or know this? Round around. Round around. Round around. Yeah, oh, that's right, I heard this before. Oh, that's the problem. I need to look up there. Alright. Go, like... No. Oh. Alright. Okay. It's fine. Ba, 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 ba. Na, na. Mhm. Wow. See, it's OBS that I'm learning stuff about. Like I didn't know you can highlight the different sources so they'll stand out. That would have helped so much. Set color, order, retro. What's the deinterlacing? Linear, disable, filter. Remember me. Alright, I like it like that. Put it. Remember me. Each time you hear a sad guitar, know that I'm with you the only way that I can be. Until you're hard again. Remember me. Well, tonight, you just want me to let you sleep, or you? Okay. Oh God, it is really early. Sources. You gonna set an alarm, or you want me to wake you up then? Well, you know I will. Yeah. Maybe Tuesday. Alright. I thought I had there's from da 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 da. Alright, so literally just do it like that. Yeah. My description, did I save it? I did not. Yeah.
I've broken a mirror or two, and I love black cats, what can I do? But it don't matter when you're older, 'cause you're my lucky four-leaf clover. Open my umbrellas inside, sometimes they just need to get dry. But it don't matter when you're over, 'cause you're my lucky four-leaf clover. Like to be a lady tonight. All I need you here is by my side. Now there's nothing with you around. I walk under every ladder in town. Woo!
Marceline, is it just you, me, and
The word.
of the world? That must be so confusing for a little girl. And I know you're going to need me here with you, but I'm losing myself and I'm afraid you're gonna lose me too. This magic keeps me alive, but it's making me crazy, and I need to save you. But who's going to save me? Please forgive me for whatever I do when I don't remember you.
We'll put it in here. Okay. There we go. Upload custom thumbnail. Open.
Marceline, I can feel myself
It
slipping
down.
away.
Oh,
I
it's
can't
not made.
remember what it made me
Great.
say, but I remember that I stole you crown. I swear it wasn't me,
It
it
was
was the
the
crown.
crown.
This magic keeps me alive,
But
it's
it's making
making me
me
crazy,
crazy.
and I need to save you.
Who's
But who's
gonna
gonna
save
save
me?
me?
Please
Please
forgive
forgive me
me
for
for
whatever I
if
do
I
when I don't
remember
remember
you. Oh, I don't remember you. Any oh, start. I started streaming. Do I need like more light or less? Alright, configure video white balance. So, yeah.